So in this video, I'm going to be showing you some more examples on my Pinterest page of some rhythm project ideas. So it's sunshiny, I'm getting a glare. Okay. So this, whoa. Okay. That's a bunch of flowers, kind of a flowery shape. Could also be kind of done like a mountain. Could be done as stars. Okay. Some way to hold this better. This one is swirls. That's going to take forever, but some of you like such a thing. I thought this one looked so cool. It's just a bunch of circles around the outside edge of the paper, and then they are repeated in some of the circles. They get kind of fat and thin. Fat and thin is the aim towards the middle of the page. Some say thin, some start small, get smaller, then get bigger again. Some just kind of end randomly as they all kind of work towards the center. I thought this looks like wasp nests or something cool. Here's a similar thing that they've added color to. Okay, here they kind of start with a squiggly line and then a squiggly line down the center of the page, and then they add arcs up and add arcs angling down, and then they added a lot of color. Here's a bunch of small circles that they added different types of textures to, different stripes, different thicknesses of stripes, different graynesses of stripes. Okay, little archy stripes, kind of looks like pebbles. Okay, the next set of ones look like some where the lines radiate out from the middle. So here they drew a circle. You could probably put a push pin in the middle and still draw all of your lines out from a push pin in the middle, and they kind of have like, it looks like a little, I call it a seed, but it's not a seed, a little drop at the end. Here, look at this. It's a random pattern, random placement, but there's definitely a rhythm here to these copied things. These ones are kind of done with some color. Another kind of flower version. Here is a simple thing that I did. That's the flower thing that I did there. Here this lady's got a video making, they look like zoo shapes, like giraffe spots or whatever, and spiraling them all in, and then at the end she fills in the black with Sharpie, like the little edges in between. Here again you have these lines that radiate out from the middle, but just peculiar shapes, not necessarily circles, overlapping. Ooh, hello. Overlapping circles. Oops, you know what? I meant to tap my phone. Get my phone to focus. There, phone. Scroll down here. Okay. You can focus. Okay. So here is sort of this overlapping bubble one that I did an example of. Focus. There we are. Some of these others, they kind of make a line grid. So here is the one where I did like lines that went chicka 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 and chicka 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 chicka. So they did a little bit more random of a pattern. Okay, perfectly fine. Here they did circles, like they start with circles in the center and then they work out until they hit their funky grid. Here I started with the grid and worked my way into the middle. All right. Here we have lines that start in the center and go out to the grid. Here is a bunch of rings, and then they have stripes in the rings. This one here is, they have created a rhythm with boxes of various sizes. and then connected some of the corners to each other, and then started filling in with more stripes. Okay. This kind of reminds me of my sort of my mountain scene a little bit here, where we've done these gentle waves and then a whole bunch of lines. We have this rhythm of lines that march across. Okay. Millions of tiny lines. Looks like a field. Okay. So here are these two that I did an example of. If this here is kind of like an op art thing, but if instead of putting my push pins here at these 4 points, okay, if I put my push pin at the 4 corners and at the center, I could get something similar to that. Okay. This zigzag is done with a ruler, a very organic kind of marching rhythm. Again, done with a ruler. Some of these are getting fancy schmancy. Look at those lines. They're so nice. All these lines are at a 45-degree angle, just different darknesses, except for this one here is going a different way. But we are repeating the shape of our mountain. We're repeating our line and our line angle and creating a definite rhythm there. And then we just have a different gradation. Here they make these cool bubbles. So cool. Again, just with a Sharpie. Okay, having your different lines, each level kind of having its own sort of rhythm, and then it's kind of splitting again. Okay, this is also done with a ruler. Some of these things are kind of more organic, sort of Zentangle thing, as your rhythm kind of goes across your page and gets bigger. Okay, if that is something that you like to do, you could do something like that as well. This one is just a bunch of squiggles, and we have different thicknesses and darknesses of lines as they fill in their squiggles. Here's a lady's hair. I would think it would be better if you had like 1 or 2 like Sharpie lines just to sort of denote each one of these waves of hair. Okay. Just a big wave of hair. This is so cool. All your lines just start up from the bottom, and then they just kind of start waving. Just as you draw each line, it just waves just a little bit different, and your waves just kind of begin to change. Here, this is a wood pattern, and it actually starts with little hearts, and then they kind of make their little wood pattern around these little hearts in the center of those knots. Okay, that's time consuming. These are all getting fancy schmancy now. I don't expect anybody to get this fancy schmancy. I just want you to see what can be done. So here's that sort of mountain scene. Some of these mountain scenes get so amazing. Who's got time to draw those little circles? Yeah. So cool. But again, with these rhythm lines, I just wanted to, for you to see what could be done with them. It's like did a little bit of watercolor of blue and orange, and you kind of have a little rainfall downpour here. Look at these leaves. Okay, I just kind of had some other examples of rhythm and art. This is actually a quilt. That's so cool. Okay, just more colorful things. That's something that is not something we can easily do at home, because not everybody has a full set of colored markers or construction paper or anything like that. So anyway, so those are my examples. If you saw something on there that I did not post below that you want to take a closer look at, just shoot me a note and I will post that picture as well. Just make sure you describe it as accurately as possible so I know what it is. You know, like these circles that are swirling to the left. All right, so those are some examples. Again, what I expect by Friday is your pencil work, your planning pencil work. Okay, full sheet of paper. Okay, that you will be working on. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.